Human resources can often serve as a key differentiator for distributors, enabling them to drive growth in a time when many other challenges are getting in their way. Unfortunately, it's never been more difficult to recruit and retain top talent. Today, we're joined by Bharani Nagarathnam, PhD, the Associate Professor of Instruction and Associate Director of the Master of Industrial Distribution program at Texas A&M University. Bharani is also the co-founder of the Talent Development Council, a group dedicated to the identification and advancement of talent best practices, practical methods, and applied tools for distributors to implement. All right, Bharani, let's kick off by talking about the state of talent management in the industrial distribution space. What are you seeing right now?
We see a couple of observations. Number one, the labor market is very tight. As you saw, the unemployment inched down to 3.4%. We expect it to be under 5% for at least the next couple of years, maybe under 8%. The second observation that we see is that the power balance between employers and employees has permanently shifted. This is not just because of supply and demand. This is because of generational differences. And the pandemic has accelerated this. Everyone is thinking about the meaning of success, the work-life balance. All those things are leading to employees having a higher power. Specifically for industrial distributors, we see that they are challenged with talent acquisition, especially warehouse associates and drivers, also some entry-level salespeople. The second challenge we see is with talent retention. We estimate a turnover between 18 and 30%. That is a big number for distributors to handle.
So you mentioned a few specific roles that industrial distributors are really struggling to recruit at this time. Are there any specific barriers that you see specific to the industrial distribution business model that's kind of getting in their way of making some forward progress here right now?
Yes. A couple of things. Number one, distributors leadership needs to have a mindset shift where they focus on talent development and retention. The second one that we would recommend is to modernize their recruitment practices, everything from job descriptions to internship programs, and developing structured onboarding programs. Number three, investing in people, that is onboarding, development programs, setting up a career paths. And finally, distributors can improve their talent retention through employee engagement. Think about the employees in your branch, the farthest branch, the lowest level employees. How are you going to engage them, right? A good starting point would be to improve your internal communications.
I 100% agree. All right, let's talk about the Talent Development Council. Now, you were a founder or a co-founder of this group. So let's talk about the kind of practical advice that this group is trying to apply in order to advance talent acquisition, development, and retention as it pertains to the distribution industry.
Sure. At Texas A&M Talent Development Council, we work with a group of distributors. We bring best practices and awareness on talent practices and areas like sales force structure, managerial onboarding, people metrics, and we run workshops where we host panel discussions. We bring in young people, Gen Zs, to talk about their needs, wants, and aspirations. Then we provide resources, examples, and best practices for distributors to improve their talent practices. Not any single practice is going to make a huge difference, but if you're able to improve a number of these practices, it's going to make a big difference. At the end of the day, more than ever, growth depends on people.